Enola Holmes is back, and this time she's opening her own agency. Let's talk about Enola Holmes 2.
Excuse me!
Stop that
Well, 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine and I really want to make you mine. Perhaps I should explain.
Okay, before you explain Enola, can I just say welcome to Screen OD, the channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name's Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the entertainment industry for more than 15 years. And today we are looking at the sequel to Enola Holmes, which was a big pandemic hit for Netflix. This is one of those movies that they actually picked up. I think originally it was made by Warner Brothers, and it's one that ended up going out on Netflix at a time when all of the movie theatres were closed. It stars Millie Bobby Brown, who of course is famous to anyone who watches Netflix as Eleven from Stranger Things, one of the biggest shows that Netflix has ever had in its original catalogue. But this is not Stranger Things. It's a very different type of experience, but it does have a brilliant central performance from Millie Bobby Brown.
My name is Enola Holmes. I started a detective agency.
Hello, but you're a girl. Tell me,
Yes,
might your brother be free?
my brother. Well, I have not a single case. Sherlock's latest seems to be vexing him.
Okay, so what's this one all about? Well, if you are familiar with Enola Holmes 1, you'll know who Enola Holmes is. She is the sister, the younger sister of Sherlock Holmes, who is already doing pretty well in the world of sleuthing. Now, she, as we found in the first movie, is interested in getting into this world, and by the end of the first movie, she's in a position where we feel like she's kind of got the qualifications required to do it. In the second movie, Enola Holmes is serious now about sleuthing, and she wants to make a living doing it. So just like her brother, she wants to set up her own detective agency, and so she does. However, as we see, it's not always quite as simple as you think to set up your own detective agency when you're a young woman in Victorian England. People aren't taking her seriously, and so it takes her quite a long time before she can find someone who will actually give her a case to crack.
Is it true you find lost people?
Yes?
My sister. She disappeared a week ago.
At last, I would be a detective in my own right, worthy of the Holmes name.
Dare I ask?
After all the trying and asking and waiting for someone to give her a case, literally one walks through the door one day. A young girl comes in and says that her sister has gone missing. This is great, Enola has a case. It's a missing person case, but it's a case nonetheless. But of course, if you're familiar with anything around Sherlock Holmes, Enola Holmes, or just Holmeses in general, you'll know that there's no such thing as a simple missing persons case. No, this is going to be a mystery that will unravel and will turn into a conspiracy. And this conspiracy may end up bringing threads together from Enola's world, but also, yeah, you guessed it, from the world of her big brother, Sherlock. And at some point, these worlds are going to end up colliding.
Are you involved in something dangerous?
Good afternoon.
You can't control Enola Holmes. She's a force of nature. You. Why are you here? Is it my case or your own?
Both. It seems our cases are connected.
Based on the young adult novels of Nancy Springer, this is a movie that brings together several different threads and takes you on a fun, interesting and exciting journey, very much like the first film did. This has the Enola Holmes missing person case that is somehow connected to the Match Girls strike of 1888 in London, this real historical theme that's cleverly woven into it. We also have Sherlock over here, who's investigating missing funds in the government, and somehow his case will be connected to Enola's case and a deeper conspiracy beneath it. Written by the very accomplished screenwriter Jack Thorne and directed by Harry Bradbeer, who actually directed quite a lot of Fleabag, which of course has a female protagonist who doesn't mind talking directly to the camera in it, so you can see how that works very well in this. This is not just a movie that has intrigue and action, it's one that appeals to different age groups in different ways. I think think it's clear that this movie will have a big young adult following, just like the first one, which was such a success during the pandemic. And of course, it's based on a young adult novel series. However, I don't think that that's the only group who are going to enjoy it. I think there are lots of people who will just switch on Netflix who are looking for some adventure, some intrigue, and some fun. And there's lots of fun elements to this film who will definitely get something from it. Millie Bobby Brown's central performance is really good. She is a hero, of course, to young people. She's big on social media now, and that will, of course, continue to draw in the younger fans. However, she's recognisable to anyone who watches Netflix because just about everyone who watches Netflix has seen Stranger Things, and her breakout performance at the centre of it makes her someone who will draw in an audience from every age group because they want to see what she's done next.
I'm trying to save a girl's life.
And what can we do?
We? Is he looking back?
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
Oh, good, he isn't.
As well as a very accomplished performance from Millie Bobby Brown, we are also treated again in this sequel to the return of Henry Cavill, who is of course the Man of Steel himself, Superman, and in his Netflix world is of course The Witcher. Now this is a great performance from Cavill. Once again he gives a great interplay with Millie Bobby Brown's Enola Holmes and also adds some depth to the story in a way that you wouldn't have unless you had two very strong characters on screen at the same time.
Shall we?
The movie also benefits from a fantastic return, once again, from Helena Bonham Carter, who, frankly, is always pretty good in movies, but she's once again brilliant as Eudora Holmes, who is the mother of Mycroft, of Sherlock, and of Enola, and she puts in a fantastic performance here. There is, as always, a lot of depth to her character, and she brings just that certain je ne sais quoi to every scene in which you see her. Add to the mix the return of David Thewlis and Louis Partridge, and you have a cast of a movie that is worth writing home about. That is, of course, if you normally write home about the casts of films that you've seen. I haven't done it as much as I should have done lately. Sorry, Mum. Enola Holmes 2 probably isn't going to sweep the board at the Oscars next year, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. I don't think Stranger Things will either because I don't think it's eligible for Oscars. But this is a movie that is full of adventure, of fun. It's got some great writing, some brilliant direction, and some great central performances. It's really good to see a kind of female-first spin on the world of the Holmeses because this is a world that has fascinated audiences for many, many decades and continues to take new forms. If you're looking for a fun, a lively, and adventurous movie to watch on Friday or Saturday night, I think you could do a lot worse than tuning into Netflix and watching Enola Holmes 2. I know people don't tune in anymore, they just press buttons. But anyway, you get my drift. Thanks so much for watching the review. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. If so, why not hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to Screen OD.